Hello students, I am Shubhashish. Have you ever counted how many candies you have or how many books you read in a month? Just like that, data handling helps us understand and organize information about things we see every day. For example, we can use pictures to show how many pets each of our friends have. Instead of writing numbers, we can draw a cat or a dog for each pet. This makes it fun and easy to understand. In this lesson, we will learn about pictographs, which use pictures to show data. By the end, you will be able to read and create your own pictographs. Let's get started. Learning outcomes. After the completion of this lesson, you will be able to define what a pictograph is and explain how it uses images to represent data. Read and interpret information from a pictograph to answer questions about the data. Draw pictographs to represent given data using images or icons. Keywords from this lesson: pictograph, data, represent, icons, interpret, information. Now let us see the representation of data. Once the data that has been organized and presented in frequency distribution tables, the same data can also be represented using pictographs and bar graphs. In this session, we will focus on what are pictographs, how they are used to understand the data, and how they are represented or drawn. Before going into the topic, let's understand what is pictograph. Pictographs. The pictograph is a method to represent the data using images. Each image in the pictograph represents certain things. Now let us understand how pictographs look like by looking at the following examples. We will start by interpreting the pictograph. Following pictograph shows the number of motorcycles in 5 villages. Interpret the pictograph and answer the following questions. Which village has the maximum number of motorcycles? Village C has the maximum number of motorcycles equal to 8. Which village has the minimum number of motorcycles? Village D has the minimum number of motorcycles equal to 3. What is the total number of motorcycles in all the 5 villages? Total number of motorcycles in all the 5 villages is equal to 6 plus 5 plus 8 plus 3 plus 6 equals to 28. How many more motorcycles village C has compared to village B? Number of motorcycles in village C minus number of motorcycles in village B equals to 8 minus 5 equals to 3. Thus, village C has 3 more motorcycles than village B. Let's see one more example. Following is the pictograph of the number of wrist watches as manufactured by a factory in a particular week. Interpret the pictograph and answer the following questions. On which day were least number of wristwatches are manufactured? On Saturday, least number of wristwatches are manufactured. How many watches are manufactured on Tuesday? From the pictograph, we can understand that one watch in the table represents 20 watches. So, number of watches manufactured on Tuesday is equal to 7 into 20 plus half into 20 equals to 140 plus 10. So, number of watches manufactured on Tuesday equals to 7 into 20 plus half into 20 equals to 140 plus 10 equals to 150 watches. On which day were maximum number of wristwatches are manufactured? On Thursday, maximum number of wristwatches are manufactured. Find out the appropriate number of wristwatches manufactured in this particular week. The appropriate number of watches manufactured in the particular week is equal to 6 into 20 plus 7.5 into 20 plus 6.5 into 20 plus 8 into 20 plus 6 into 20 plus 5.5 into 20, which is equal to 120 plus 70 plus 60 plus 160 plus 120 plus 50. Equals to 580. Hence, 580 watches are manufactured in the particular week. Now we will draw the pictograph for the given examples. Example: the following are the number of electric bulbs purchased for a lodging house during the first 4 months of a year. Represent the details by a pictograph. Solution: let an icon represent one bulb has the maximum number of bulbs. Count is 8. The above information can be represented by the following pictograph. Draw 2 columns, one for month and another for bulb icons. Write month names in months column and draw icons in another column. has one icon represented one bulb. Draw 5 bulbs in the first row. Six bulb icons in the second row. Seven bulb icons in the third row. And 8 bulb icons in the fourth row. Let's see one more example. The following are the details of the number of students in a class of 40 students present during a week. Represent the data by a pictograph. Solution. The maximum number of students present are 36 students. So, if we draw 36 students' icons, it will be tiresome, lengthy and time consuming. So we will consider a scale which will reduce our time. Let an icon showing the student represent 4 students. Then, the number of icons for different days are given below. The above information can be represented by the following pictograph. Draw 2 columns, one for day and another for student icons. Write day names in days column and draw icons in another column. Draw 6 student icons in first row. Five student icons in second row. 7 student icons in third row. Seven and a half student icons in the fourth row. Nine student icons in the fifth row. And 5.5 student icons in the sixth row. Points to remember. A pictograph is a way to represent data using images or symbols. Each image or symbol stands for a specific number of items. Icons in pictographs. Each icon or picture in a pictograph represents a certain quantity of items. Reading pictographs. To understand a pictograph, count the number of icons and multiply by the value each icon represents. This will give you the total number of items. Creating pictographs. To create a pictograph, draw icons representing the data you have. Make sure each icon clearly represents a specific quantity to avoid confusion. Thanks for watching.